Pardon the cornruption, but I'm David Bonbon. Welcome to PTC Knuckle Sandwiches. Hey Sammy, the Cubbies have signed Joe Madden as their new manager. Are you excited?
Joe Madden.
Joe, yeah, it's Joe. It's not John.
That makes a lot more sense.
Okay.
Okay. We got NCAA football, basketball, and much more. Starting off with the NBA. Let me put on the glasses here. Let's see. The Cavs are 2-3. The Thunder are 1-5, and the Lakers are 0-5. Should they be worried?
No. It's November. November. Look at the Heat just a couple years ago, and with that, when the Big Three first came together, they were 9-8, and everybody was, "Oh, what's going on? What's going on? It's not working." And then what happened? They won 12 in a row. No, it does not matter. We're in November. Call me after Christmas.
But the Heat had the Big Three. I mean, none of these teams really have a Big Three, except maybe the Cavs. I guess you could call that a Big Three. But also, it's hard to dig yourself out of a hole.
If Kyrie Irving would buy into the concept of passing the ball, then they'd be a Big Three. But they're not a Big Three. It's too soon. The teams got to mesh. There's free agency, new people on different teams. The Mavericks have totally retooled. Too soon. Too soon.
It's hard to dig yourself out of a hole.
Christmas. On to NASCAR. The new playoff system is getting these drivers stressed to the point of physical contact after the race. Is this good for NASCAR?
I think so. People love to see crashes. Well, they don't love to see crashes, but I mean, how many times do you get to be in a 40-car wreck and not be in the thing? But who do you have in the final four of the chase? That's the question.
Well, I can tell you who's not going to be in there. Brad Keselowski is never going to win a race again. Not the way he races. Yes, everybody thinks you should race that way, but there are too many people that he has just pissed off, and they're going to make sure he doesn't win.
My final four, I got Joey Logano, Jeff Gordon, Kevin Harvick, and actually I have Keselowski being in the final four, but he will not win because I think Jeff Gordon will take home the trophy, baby.
24!
Okay, Bon. Now on to the NFL. What do you think is the biggest story so far? Seattle playing down to their opponents, the Cowboys' slippery slope, or the Arizona uphill climb?
Well, I'm going to start with Arizona, but I'm sure we'll get back to Romo. Starting with Arizona. Carson Palmer is having a phenomenal year. Yes, he was injured, and the Cardinals are 7-1. And they've done this with 3 different quarterbacks. But just look at Palmer's stats. 61.7%. Here, let me take the glasses off.
Just put them back on.
61.7% completion percentage. 1,385 yards. 11 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions.
One for a pick six, might I add.
Wow.
Actually, I have to disagree. I think the Cowboys' slippery slope is...
Back to Romo.
Yeah. The Cowboys have the top rusher in the NFL.
Not the last 2 weeks.
Averaging 125.3 yards a rush. And just sit in one more week. I mean, you're playing the 1-8 Jags in London. Whedon could probably do good. All you gotta do, hand it to Murray. He could probably pick apart the Jags defense. And also, after this week, they have a bye. So he could be 100% when they play the Giants.
All right, enough of that. Let's go on to college basketball. Ball night is almost upon us. Are you brave enough to pick your preseason top 4?
I do. I have my 4,
Okay.
and I will make my picks. And I am actually going to choose 4 teams. Count it. 1, 2, 3, 4 teams from the Midwest. I got Kentucky. I got Kansas. Wichita State, who made it to the Final Four 2 years ago. And also, the sleeper of them all, Nebraska.
Nebraska is surprising. They're actually ranked 21st in the preseason poll, which is huge for us. I'll agree with you with a couple. I have Kentucky, Kansas, and I actually do have Nebraska as well. I don't know why, prejudice there. But how can you leave off Duke? Never sleep on Duke.
How'd they do last year? Yeah, they played Mercer and lost in the first round.
Never sleep on Duke.
Who the heck is Mercer?
Enough of this. Let's take a break because I got to poo. We promise we'll be back in a flash.
Actually, we cannot promise anything. This is TV.
Well, no, I can promise. From the producers of Finding Nemo and Where's Waldo comes Where's Nemo, starting December 3rd.
Turns out Bonbon was right for once, and we are back. And it's time for 5 good seconds. And here's the highlights from the Raiders season so far.
Too soon?
Too soon.
Oh. Okay. So, Sammy, Kirk Herbstreit said that it would be better for Ole Miss to have a bye week instead of playing Presbyterian. I usually agree with the Kirkster, but he went to Ohio State. Is he a little nuts here?
That's not funny. Not funny whatsoever. But they need this easy game. They need to build some confidence before they start playing Mississippi State. And yes, Mississippi State has an easy game this week. They play each other in a couple weeks, but who knows what could happen.
We were all looking to see exactly how this 12-committee team would grade these teams and how what all they would take into account. Here's a team, Ole Miss, that has lost 2 weeks in a row, and they're still ranked number 11. I mean, and that basically gives them a chance to get in the top 4. So let's do some predictions right now, as of this moment. Predict your Final 4.
I got, in the 1 seed, I got Florida State. I mean, they have probably one of the easiest schedules left. And they just win after win after win. And then they play Duke in the ACC Championship. They won that, they're in. I got Oregon getting second. I have them keep on winning. Just keep on winning. Chugga chugga choo choo. And then I got 3. I got actually Alabama. I actually think Alabama will beat Mississippi State later in the year. And I think they'll represent the SEC West and beat Georgia, Florida, or Missouri. And then 4th, I got Nebraska. I think that they can compete with a Michigan State or Ohio State with whoever they play in the Big Ten Championship if they can win and get that far.
Okay. I'll agree with you with number 1, Florida State. I agree with you, number 2, Oregon. Number 3, I have Notre Dame. Notre Dame is go down to Tempe, and they're going to crush them. They're going to put them in the ground. They're going to be number 3. And like you, go Skurs. I got them number 4. We're going to go up against either a Michigan State or Ohio State in the Big Ten Championship. We're going to kick their butt, send them home crying, and we're in the top 4. Very interesting. You have one SEC team. I have none.
And the beginning question of the year was, what's more
2
likely?
or 3.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
0!
Okay, enough about the teams. Let's talk about the star players. Who's your Heisman finalist?
I truly believe whoever wins a Heisman should be somebody that's going to come from these top 4 teams. Okay? Because they are that good of a player, their team should be that close to a championship. So I have 3 guys from these 4 teams that I've chosen. And no, Jameis Winston is not on there, okay? He's been grumpy lately. He's just too crabby. Crab legs.
Okay, you're not funny.
Oh, I love it. Okay, there's too much off the field stuff. So no, he's gone. He's gone. I got winning it from Oregon, Mariota. He's having an outstanding season. He's incredible on and off of the field. So I have him going. Marcus Colston, phenomenal year, especially after sitting out 1 year for academics. Very impressive this year. And hey, rounding out number 3, you got to fear Amir. I got Abdullah up there at 3rd.
I also have Mariota winning it, but I have Winston actually coming in 2nd because
Not gonna happen.
he can pack up his stats against these teams that he's going to be playing these next few weeks. And if he could throw for 400 yards a game and have 3 touchdowns a game, that could put him up there.
Who was the last person to win 2 Heismans in a row?
Archie Griffin.
Archie Griffin is correct.
You know what? Shut up. You are so irrelevant.
Now, let me add, the football purists will not allow Winston to get a sniff of a second Heisman.
I got Winston getting 2nd. 3rd, I actually have Amir Abdullah. This injury this past week against Purdue will be a major setback and potentially could give Gordon a chance to represent running backs. 4th, I got Amari Cooper from Alabama. He's had a pretty good season.
What receiver?
Yeah, a receiver. When was the last time a receiver won? Yeah. But I don't think Amari will win it. And I do have a defensive back up there. If only he was a little bit taller. Josh Mitchell, cornerback from Nebraska. If only he was taller. All right, we are now joined by our second intern, Dizzy Izzy, with our grades segment. What's first?
NHL is talking about harsher penalties for fighting during a game. Should the NHL relax about the fights?
Yes, they should just relax. The only reason I go to hockey games are for the fights. And I'm pretty sure a majority of fans feel that.
No! You gotta get the fights out of the game. Hockey is putting a puck in a net. That is the whole point. You skate around, you do 3 things right now. You skate around, you put the puck in the net, and then you fight. Why? What is boxing doing in hockey? I'm sorry. No. With all the talk about concussions, no.
What the puck is going on here? You know what?
Hold on.
A+++.
F. Get it out. Get rid of it. What's next?
So we are 2 weeks into the new college playoff system. Is this better than the BCS?
No, it's not better. All this does is it gives teams like Ole Miss, who have 2 losses here at the beginning of November, hope. Now, right now, there's about 15 to 20 teams who, and their fans, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of people here, that have hope that they can make the playoffs, that their team can make the playoffs. All you're doing is crushing these people later in the season. Right now, at the beginning of November, my team has 2 losses. I should know. I don't care. It's not going to happen. Now I can just sit back, relax, and root for my team.
I think it's better because it provides more competition.
F.
Can I finish?
F.
All right. But it can be improved. I would like to see more committee members, so then maybe more fluctuation between the teams, between losses. Because Ole Miss is a good example. They lost, yet they were still the 3 seed. And then they lose again, then they go to 11. I don't really like that. And I'd like to see it expand to 8 teams.
12.
Or I'd say 10, where the top 2 teams get a first-round bye.
12, where the top 4 teams get a first-round bye.
All right, so I'm gonna give it a B. So what's next, Dizzy Izzy?
Michael Phelps has come out of retirement and plans to compete in the next Olympics. Do you think he'll even medal?
I think it's great that he's coming back. I think he'll own the pool in Rio in 2016. I mean, I've seen the movie Rio with the birds. It's gorgeous. You should really go see it. It's amazing. I like the second one too. And I think that's also why he wants to go to the Olympics, is because it's Rio. I mean, it's a beautiful setting. I mean, Brazilian babes, they're okay. But I give it an A.
No. D. Michael Phelps has come out of retirement. You have to understand, swimmers age in dog years. Okay? The dude's old. D. Next topic.
I bet you swim a lot less better.
Tony Romo is set to start for the Dallas Cowboys against the Jaguars in London. Is this a good idea?
Okay, I'm going to be a little bit of a hypocrite here. And I'm going to take both sides of the answer. So I'll leave you nothing. Tony Romo, it is not in his best interest to play in this game. And I'll tell you why. He could not go last week. If he takes this week off, that means he'll have 3 weeks to recover from this injury. And that's best for him. However, Jerry Jones knows how to put a product out there. He knows it's all about the money. Okay? And he knows that for the last 10 years or so, Dallas has been 500. That does not pack the stadium. He wants a 9-3 team, going forward like that. He doesn't want to take a chance at a loss today. So he's sacrificing the long-term possibilities for short-term success.
Like I said earlier, they're the top rushing team in the league.
D.
They do not need him. Whedon can have a better game than he did last week against Arizona's defense, who is one of the best defenses in the league as of right now. And I think Romo can come back in 2 weeks 100% and will play good against the Giants and help them get a win. I'll give him a C-. Okay.
D. All right, Dizzy Izzy, what is the final score?
Actually, Bon Bon, it's a grade, not a score. Okay. So, Sammy, an F minus. Bon Bon, an A.
Really? An F-?
Okay. Battle?
I guess.
Love you, Daddy. Well, I go collect my cash. We'll see you after the break.
Best $20 I ever spent.
Premiering tonight after Family Guy. From the directors and producers of Family Guy. Presents Single Guy. Premiering tonight. Oh. Bon Bon, what's your favorite Yo Mama joke?
Your mama's so ugly, she scares kids that are blind.
It's pretty good. Mine is, Yo Mama is so fat, deaf kids could hear her stomping away.
Ooh. American Girl dolls. Not made for football. Oh, Justin, I am so glad I left Ken for you. Oh, Barbie, I love your wardrobe malfunctions.
Mail time?
Yeah, mail time. Shoot, why didn't anyone say we're on? Okay, you know what? We'll go to mail. Let's see. First one, Richard from Connecticut says, "My dad is my favorite veteran. Who is your favorite veteran?" Well, to be honest, I don't have a favorite one because they're all my favorite. Because, well, they serve our country, they protect my hair, they protect my family. They help this country live. So.
Next one.
Yeah. Shout out to the veterans, all my brothers from different mothers and all my sisters from different misters. This email is from Little Jimmy and BFE. Is Serena Williams the best female tennis player ever? I say no. I got Billie Jean King. She beat guys. She played with guys and kicked their butt. So that's what I think.
Another.
Let's see, who is this one from? This one's Roger Goodell from New York City asked, "How do you feel about the Lincoln, Nebraska minimum wage issue?" Well, it passed. So, and why do you care? You're from freaking New York. No, no one really likes you. I'm sorry. But it's okay. I have an okay feeling about you.
Last one.
He likes to keep his hands in every till, doesn't he? Okay, this one is from Serena Williams abroad. Really? Not number one? Well, WTF?
What the football? I don't know.
Yeah. Enough mail. Let's go to happy time. Happy birthday, Bobby Bowden. Today turned 85 years old. I had the opportunity to shake his hand. He came to give a speech at the Nebraska facility, and I waited outside. So when he was actually coming to go into the stadium with, or the meeting room with Bo Pelini and Tom Osborne, I got to shake their hands. They said, "Why are you out here?" And I said, "I wouldn't see you afterwards. There'd be too many people there." They said, "That was pretty smart." So Bobby Bowden, happy birthday.
And I'd like to give a little birthday shout out to Luis Fabiano, the Brazilian soccer player.
Ole!
That's Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Happy anniversary to yesterday. FDR was elected 82 years ago yesterday. And without him, this nation would probably not be what it is today.
Yeah, that's definitely true. We wouldn't have as many national forests, that's for sure. Today, 1892, Grover Cleveland became the only president in history to be elected for a second term that was not consecutive. Happy anniversary. Happy trails.
To Presbyterian, thanks for coming, and Ole Miss, nice job. Now on to errors.
We didn't have any.
That means we're perfect.
We're always perfect. Big finish. All right. Theo Epstein and Joe Madden with the Cubs. Do you think free agents will start filing in?
Yes, I do. With the young talent they have, overrated teams in college football other than Mississippi State.
TCU, they got no defense. That was easy. Who's the most underrated team in college football?
I would say Nebraska because they're from the Big Ten, and everyone thinks that either Michigan State or Ohio State will represent. But I also have LSU. They are a sleeper team in the SEC West, and if they can come out on top, they could be in the top 4. Now the Browns are leading the division. Do you think they're legit?
It's the LeBron effect. Cleveland is relevant again. Big game tomorrow, 49ers Saints. Who you got?
I say it's a toss-up, but I think the Saints will probably win. Dumb and Dumber 2 is coming out next Friday. Are you excited?
Dustin Sting! Before we go, tell America who predicted the San Francisco Giants beating the Kansas City Royals in the World Series before the playoffs even began.
You had them in 5, yet it went into 7.
I had the teams.
Just shut up.
I had the teams.
Just shut up.
Oh boy. Until next time, stay tuned, knuckle sandwiches. Let's go back to the North Pole.
Screw you, Canada.